You will tell us on your live, Clive.
Yeah, we on.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and thank you for viewing our live. We are here live chatting with Miss Glorine Thomas of the Lupus Foundation. Miss Thomas, say hello to the listening public.
Hi, good night, everyone.
All right, can you tell us your role in the Lupus Foundation?
My role is president and founder of the Lupus Foundation of Dominica.
All right, okay. So let's welcome our president and founder of the Lupus Foundation, Miss Glorine Thomas. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a moment.
Central CCCUL. If it's first time you're building, come and check the rates that we offering. Central CCCUL. All at Central CCCUL. If you're looking for rush money, new ATM technology, get your children right back to school. Central CCCUL. Come to Central CCCUL. So get on the train, so much again with Central. Get rid of the strife, better your life with Central. Central, Central, Central. Central is online.
Central is online.
What? Central's online?
Granny, Central is online.
Central is online.
Central Online, your digital member experience. Stay on top of your finances with Central Online today. View your account balances, pay your bills, apply for loans, do money transfer with Central Online today.
Central is online.
Central is online, that's great.
Central is online.
Central Co-operative Credit Union Limited is online. Welcome to Central Online, your digital member experience. Go to online.myccul.com. To log in, enter login ID and password. Click I am not a robot and log in. To transfer funds within your accounts, click Transfer Fund. To transfer to another member, click Member to Member Transfer. To pay a bill, click Bill Payment. To apply for loans, click Loan Application. Need more information? Click the FAQs link or call 235-2228 or 235-5208 or email us online at myccul.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready, Glorine? You're in the hot seat this evening with all our lupus questions. And we're just happy to be here with you to share with us all that you know and your experience as it relates to lupus. So, Glorine, what is lupus?
Okay. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that affects multiple organs and systems. Each patient of lupus is affected differently. You get different symptoms. Some may include body rash, joints and muscle pain, kidney disorder, or like what we call flares, which you feel ill and thing, but it's mostly pain and rashes and disorder.
Okay. So the symptoms, what are the symptoms of lupus? So we know that you have the rashes and so on, but what are the symptoms? How do you know, or how would you begin to think or feel like you have lupus?
Well, the symptoms are mostly joint pains. It starts with joint pains and muscle pains. So the symptoms are so wide that you're not 100% sure. So basically, if somebody comes to me and they told me they have joint pains, they have rashes, they have the hair loss, the kidney have little problem, we ask them to go to the doctor and we ask them to get an autoimmune test done.
Okay. All right. And then what are the findings when you do that autoimmune test? Then it determines you have lupus, or what does it do?
When you do the autoimmune test, it determines that you have an autoimmune disease, but it doesn't define exactly which one. There's other tests and other pointers you have to get for you to finally be diagnosed with lupus. It takes about 7 to 10 years for you to be diagnosed with lupus. But with new technology, new methods right now, it's a little easier for you to get diagnosed with lupus, because right away, anytime you have those signs or symptoms, there's specific tests that you can do. That after you do the autoimmune test, there's specific tests you can do for lupus itself that you can rule it out as a factor one time.
Okay. What are the treatment options for lupus? How can it be treated?
Lupus treatment is wide. We mostly steroids they use here in Dominica, Placanel, which is one of the main one. There are new medicine which is coming along right now that are like some of our lupus patients are on, but the main one is steroids. Prednisone, Placanel, those type of things. You do your vitamins. You have to have your vitamins. Some of us do chemotherapy. It's a small percentage, but for lupus, some do chemotherapy also.
Okay. All right. And how many types of lupus disease exist?
There are, oh Lord, SLE, SLE, maybe. What, 4 of them?
4 of them. Okay, you want to tell us a little about them, or those that you know about?
SLE is the main one. I'll be honest with you, the pronunciation is a little difficult for me.
That's okay.
On this one. So it's SLE lupus. There's discoid lupus, which cause the rashes, the hair loss.
Okay.
And there's drug-induced lupus, which you can be taking a medication and you get lupus from that drug, but this one goes away.
Okay.
Once you finish that medication, it's done.
So it's like a symptom of
all
some
your
other.
all
it's like
your
a side
symptoms, all your
effect.
signs are gone.
So it's a side effect of some medication.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's another one which affects baby.
Oh.
Yes. You get it at a younger age.
Okay. Does that one go away as you grow?
No, it stays and it becomes SLE lupus.
Okay, that's a common one.
Yes, that's a common one, and discoid.
Okay, okay. And so when as a lupus patient, is there a specific diet or nutrition plan that you follow?
You're talking about me personally or everybody?
Well, we're speaking about it generically, but you can also tell us about your personal experience.
Okay. For diet, everybody is different.
Okay.
It goes according to your doctor, what your doctor advised you, and what you see works for you. Dieting.
Okay.
So if when you go to your doctor, you're diagnosed with lupus, they put you on special because some patients, lupus patients, cannot do gluten. Some cannot do different type of food. So it all depends on how it's affecting you, your body, your doctor.
Okay. So the doctor, so each doctor, each diet is tailored for each person. So every
Each
visit,
patient.
right?
Your diet is detailed for each lupus warrior, lupus patient.
Okay, so there's no one size fit all diet plan.
No one-time diet plan because you have lupus. This is a diet plan you have to stick with. No, because lupus affects everybody differently. We have some common side effects, some common denominator between each of us, but all of us is unique in our own way.
So would you like to tell us about your diet plan or your personal
I don't have a
experience?
diet plan. No, I don't have a diet plan.
You don't have a diet plan? Okay.
No, I don't have a diet plan. I go, with me, lupus affects me differently. So if once my body rejects a food, that's the diet plan.
Okay. All right.
Right.
So once your body don't want it, it's a no-no. But if your body
It's a
accepts it,
no-no.
it's a go.
It's a go. Not that if something is like I will not do too much sugar, too much this, too much of the food, but I eat basically everything but healthy.
Okay. But that's good.
Yes.
So tell us now, what are common triggers for a lupus flare? So what triggers a flare for a lupus patient?
The weather,
Tell us
stress.
more about the weather. Like it's
Okay,
hot.
we are radars. We can tell you when it's going to rain.
So you're weather people.
We can, yeah, we are more than weather people. We can tell you exactly when a cold front is coming into the country.
So that makes you really sick when that happens.
Yes, yes. It makes us really sick. It makes it. We have pain, joint pains, body pain, stomach pain. Some of us turn blue, some of us turn purple.
Oh, so towards the end of the year, when it's cooler and into January, that's when you're the most sick, or because it's cooler
No,
that time? Not necessarily. Okay.
The hot sun, the sun also make us sick.
Oh, so it's both extremes.
The sun, like for the past week, it have been extreme heat in Dominica. So most of my members were sick because I was out on medical treatment. I only came back in Sunday. So most of my members here were sick, and they're still sick because in it, here comes Fiona with the rain. So you have the heat, you have the rain. It's like,
you're losing both ends.
yes, we're losing both ends.
Yes, because I remember, I know we're supposed to have a panel this evening, but I know that some of your colleagues are sick.
Yes.
Okay. Not your colleagues, but your lupus warriors.
Warriors, yes.
Yes. Is exercise important in managing lupus? And
yes,
it is?
It is.
And what exercises could you do with lupus?
We are guided by our doctor and by our body. So some of us can do a little more extreme than the others. Some can do limited. Some of us suffer bone loss with lupus, so we cannot do weights, we cannot do this. So we are guided by our body, because even if we do like normally when it's lupus month, we have walks. And the first 2 years we did that, all of us end up in the hospital at the end of the night.
Wow. So how long was the walk? Where did you guys walk from and to?
We walked from Goodwill to Roseau, from Bayfront to Goodwill, and make the wrong and come back. But it was also a sunny time too.
So you guys really pushed yourself.
Right. Yes. So it's like that. It's really like this. Like, how can I put it?
So you can't really do any rigorous exercises.
You can, if your body is feeling up to it, you can. But when the body tells you no, you have to stop right away.
So you should listen to your body. How about
You have
yoga? Does
to-
yoga work for you guys? The
It works. The
stretches?
stretch, yes, it works for some of us. The stretching and the everything, it works for some of us. But it's not all of us that are flexible enough to do the yoga, because even for me, yoga work to an extent for me. If I do too much stretching, I cannot lift up my hands for 2 days, 3 days.
So everything in
So
moderation. It sounds like everything in moderation.
moderation. Yes, you have to know, as I always say, we have to know our body. We have to learn our body, learn what we can do, and know the limitation of the day. So if, let's say, we start off today and we said, okay, we're going to do some walking. Halfway through the walking, we feel the body cannot make it, we have to stop right there. That's it
Right.
for the day. That's the amount of exercise you can do for the day. Because if you continue, you'll be done for 5 days.
Right. And that is not a good idea.
It's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea.
Yes.
I understand. So, sorry. So, as a lupus patient, what do you tell people who have just diagnosed as lupus, with lupus, or have a family member who was just diagnosed with lupus, or have a friend and they can't contain themselves, they're not educated about it, they do not know about it? What do you tell someone like this in that type of situation?
Well, if it's okay, somebody that's just diagnosed with lupus, we guide them along with like what we know on what triggers the flare. We ask them to get a notebook to start taking notes. So their daily record, so you know what you eat, what you think, because you have to learn your body. You have to learn your body, you have to learn your environment, you have to learn what triggers your flares. If you don't learn that, you will not know exactly what trigger. And with the notebook, when you write it down and everything and you do it, you can, if something happened, you can go back and say, okay, this is what I did the last time. This is what triggered to it. So I know, okay, this is, okay, so maybe it's that I did, why I trigger. And also that you'll know what you did to get back on your feet.
So it's like you do your own diagnosis and your own cure. You have your own plan based on how your body reacts.
Yes, you have to have your plan. Even though you go, we advise you to go to the doctor, to talk to the doctor, get some counseling also, because it's rough. Being diagnosed with lupus and you go and do, we ask you to do research, and you do research and you start to read the research and you're getting to know about lupus. You realize there's many downsides to lupus, but it's all in how you control your body, how you know about your triggers and your flare. You can help yourself to overcome those downsides.
Right. So it's like it's a learning experience for you as a patient. I'm learning your body all over again, learning what bugs, what makes you sick, what makes you better. It's like you're learning yourself, like a whole new person, so to speak.
Yeah, we call it the new normal.
Or the new normal. So
like for me, you all had to get to learn to live in the new normal of COVID.
In the COVID, yes.
Right. For us, it wasn't a new normal for us.
It was another new normal.
No, it wasn't another new normal for us. Because remember, our illness is an autoimmune illness. Our immune system is always suppressed. So we always have to be on guard. So the sanitizing, the cleaning, the protecting ourselves, staying the 6 feet and all those things were always were normal for us. But it was new normal for you all.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So yeah, so you have to do the extra care, the extra sanitizing, like just you don't want to be around people with colds. Some people just sneeze
That's
out
what
in
I'm
the
telling you.
public.
It was like that for us long before COVID.
So you
So
all
it
knew
was
what it
something
was.
yeah, so we could adjust to it. So like we were not doing the cooks, we were not doing the how can I put the crowd, we were doing the sanitizing, the sanitizer, taking our precaution, taking all the vitamins that you all went and buy all out of Jollies that we couldn't get. We were already stocking up on our vitamin, always stocking up on our vitamin C's, our zinc, everything for those type of
So
things.
we deprived you all of your normal supplements.
Right, our new normal supplement that our life with lupus we live how we live.
Yes. On behalf of the general public, I want to apologize.
Yes.
So tell us, do lupus patients go into remission, and are the relapse flare worse?
Yes, we do get remission. We have success stories of one of our members through pregnancy, which we call our miracle baby. She went for remission.
How
For
old
the
is the
whole
baby
pregnancy.
now?
He's free. But she went to remission a whole year plus.
Wow.
Then she came, it started back affecting her. And decided like it was a little worse than normal until she get accustomed back, the body get accustomed. So we do go into remission. We have, from history and doing research, we have known people that have gone to remission almost 5-6 years.
Wow.
In doing research.
Okay.
But some of us have a more active lupus system like me.
Okay.
It's more active because we don't only, because with lupus come many other autoimmune illnesses underlying. Because I have a lot of underlying illness. Like for me, I'm up to 15 with autoimmune illnesses. So we get a lot of underlying conditions. So when you have these like that and your body's active, it's very difficult for you to go into remission. Okay. Luckily for me, 2017, I was in remission for about 3 months.
That's the year of Maria.
Maria. And that was totally end of remission for me. And that was the end of it. And that was I just have to say from 2017 to now, that's the worst journey I've ever gone on with lupus and everything else.
Do you think it's gonna change for better? How do you project from based on how you've been, what you said is your worst period? So that's what, 5 years, 4 years? 5 years, because Maria was 17. So 5 years now. How do you feel though? How do you feel? Because you're a warrior. How long have you been fighting this lupus, if you don't mind me asking?
This year will give me 16 years. Hopefully 16. Let me be sure. No, I've been fighting it all my life, yeah.
Or were you born as a baby with lupus?
13 years. This year will give me 13 years.
13 years.
From what we know now and what have been happening to me when I was younger, we can say I had the signs and the symptoms from small. But because of lack of knowledge, lack of information, lack of even knowing what lupus was, or even anybody in Dominica having lupus, remember you get misdiagnosed with other illnesses. So from a young child, anytime we go to the beach, I would have been the one that would come back like a roast barbecue chicken with rashes from my face, my body, everywhere. Oh. We always thought it was something else that was
something that you were allergic to.
Right, with the sun and everything. But with lupus never came in the picture. So I had other little with different things happening to me, but we never came through lupus. It's only after going everywhere and trying to figure out as you become an adult and you're still having certain things happening to you. I just started going everywhere trying to figure out what was wrong. Because I cannot be a good healthy person. I was a sport person in sports and everything at school, and your bones always hurting you. You understand me? You have me the
Yes.
thing. Every time I go in sun, I will burn. So you have to
So
find
yes.
out you have. I started off having kidney problem from an early age. I would get urinary tract infection as a young child very often,
Okay.
not knowing what was the cause. So they would bring me to Dr. Moise. He would treat the urinary tract infection, bring me to this other doctor, treat it, but we didn't know all that was lupus that was causing that.
Right.
Until I finally got diagnosed, because I went through so much different diagnosis and so much different treatment trying to figure out what was wrong.
Okay. That's a journey. That's a story by itself. So you
Yes,
may
that's
have
a
had lupus for all your life. And you
yes,
find
and
out
I
as
didn't
an
know.
adult.
Yes, yeah.
Thank God thank God it wasn't worse, because it could have been worse and nobody never knew what happened.
Yeah, that
Could have
is
been a
it.
memory.
That's why we say even some people that died in Dominica with certain signs and symptoms, it could be lupus
But they were not
without them
diagnosed.
knowing. Yeah, they were not diagnosed because lupus was not widely known in Dominica. Basically, we had a few people that had lupus, but that is why the Lupus Foundation of Dominica came about. When I was diagnosed with lupus, and then after I heard another friend of mine that I knew also was diagnosed with lupus, I said, all right, okay, something, and doing the research and trying to figure out what was lupus, because when the doctor told me lupus, I was like,
What is that?
and from a young child, I always had my butterfly rash. I always will get the rash on my body. But how I put it, my grandmother her family's from England, so Zaffa Baker. So the old time people. Like is white people blood that in me, so that is why those things happening.
Right. So
Yeah.
your blood not showing, kind of
Right.
a dance, trying to figure
Yeah.
out who he was.
Who I was, because my hand would turn. I don't know if you all can see it, like right now, the redness and thing.
Yes, I can see some of the redness.
Right. It will turn purple, purple self and blue.
Wow.
So
Like
I
purple,
always used to
purple.
say, okay, yeah, when I was younger, and I would say, okay, because my grandmother have family from England, that's why the hand turns like that.
You see,
Little do I know,
that you were
when you
ill.
don't know, you really do not know.
You really do not know. And then others around you don't know.
Right, and others around you don't know. Yes,
It's
that
really
is the thing. So you go ahead with what you think, and you play your game, make your joke and everything, not knowing it's a very serious condition that I have.
correct.
But it triggered worse for me in my adult years after I made my daughter. I made my daughter at 18. So it triggered for me in my adult years.
Okay. And
Yes.
if I can ask, I'm not sure if you're okay with that. When you were pregnant with your daughter, did you see any signs or anything that had you questioning, were you healthy, or did you get those
Well,
rashes or anything?
my pregnancy was a good pregnancy. I cannot say nothing about it. It was because, and what we have learned now, when you're pregnant, there's certain enzyme through your pregnancy that cause you to go through remission.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's a good thing to be pregnant with lupus.
To the listening public, do not get pregnant every year because you have lupus, please. No, that's not what she means.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, let me put it properly. It have it good, it have it bad.
Yes, it has its days, and it has its good
Yes,
days, and it has
right.
its bad days.
Bad.
And it has, well, at least, you know, when you're pregnant, you have your own issues as a pregnant person. So you don't need lupus to be adding any stress to you in your, with your other swollen feet and back pain and this pain and that pain.
Yes. And certain development as a woman, certain development you go through at early age, those are signs and symptoms of you having an autoimmune illnesses, which none of us knew before, because it's only through research that I've been doing that I have known. I started menstruating from 8 years.
That was early.
And
Okay.
anybody that have a child and your child start menstruating from that age, you have to start looking into your child to find out what is wrong. It's early menstruation, but it's because you have something wrong with your autoimmune that is causing you're the person to have early menstruation.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay, so that's something we learned
And it's
here.
through research. Yes, I do. I do a lot of research to try to figure out how I can help, how I could help myself.
Okay, so that's something we learned
And it's
here.
through research. Yes.
Okay, I was trying to take all questions from Facebook. Okay, so tell us, before I have one question for you. Lupus in men, is that something that's common in Dominica?
It's very common in Dominica, but it's hidden.
It's hidden.
It's hidden. You know, men are macho men, and when you reach in a state that you cannot do certain things, you hardly find a man will come out and tell somebody they have lupus, because lupus weakens your ability to do certain things.
Okay.
And in men, a woman is more strong. Sorry for saying that, but a woman is much more stronger when we are sick than any man on this face of this earth.
No, they can't even banter a cold.
Right.
Much less for lupus.
So it's like, right. So they are afraid to come out.
What message do you have for these men? What message? Because you know they need a message. What message do you have for the gentlemen in Dominica who have lupus that are hiding, not educating themselves or getting the right guidance and treatment that they need? What message do you have for them? Because if they're hiding, we know they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. And not only the men, you know, only women, but also in general, on a whole, women and men. Anybody who, you know, if you're diagnosed with lupus, yes, I'm telling you, we do go through our grace period where we have to try to, first of all, being diagnosed with lupus, the person have to accept the illness first. If the person does not accept the illness, that they're diagnosed with lupus, they will not reach out to you. They will not reach out to nobody. First of all, it's acceptance. And then after, seeing how you can help yourself. And then reaching out to people with common illness like you that I can identify with you. Because we have a group chat for people with lupus that we talk about among ourselves, so we can identify with one another. I can identify with anybody with any illnesses that have pain. So no matter what illness you have and it comes with pain, I can identify with you. Yes, because my lupus, lupus destroy all my organs. It's my organs it attack. And I am in constant pain and extreme pain.
Wow.
So I tend to identify with anybody. So no matter, even though you don't have lupus and you're going for pain or those things, I can identify with you because we know the level of pain. Yeah. So that's why I'm just telling any man out there, accept the illness, accept it, come to terms with it, and reach out to family, friends, loved ones. You cannot do it on your own. You can
even the Lupus Foundation. Even the foundation is a support group for the men as well.
Yes.
Do you have any men that are members of your foundation?
We have men but they are not lupus patients.
Oh, so you have no lupus
No,
men
no
in your
men
foundation.
in the foundation. Yeah.
You may have to
We
recruit.
have men, but
You may have
we
to
have tried.
recruit.
Yeah, we have tried. We have reached out to about 5 different men that we know that was diagnosed with lupus. It was not successful. And one thing we don't do, because all of us go through that. When we are because I went through it, and most of everybody goes through it. When you're first diagnosed with lupus, you cannot reach out to anybody. Even though somebody reach out to you, you cannot get back in touch with them. You cannot express your feeling with them. Because until you don't you have to accept it.
Okay.
Until you don't accept that, okay, you're sick, and fully accept it. And so what we do, if you know somebody come and tell us, my friend have lupus, I talk to her, I give her your number, try to call her to talk to her. We will call you one, twice, 3 times. If you're not ready to reach out, we leave you for you to accept.
And
You
then
have to
most people when most
When
people finally accept, they do reach out.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We do reach out. We give them even though they don't accept, and the friend comes and we give them little information to help them out, so they can guide them with it. But the
Okay.
person herself have to accept that they're sick first before they can reach out to people. I went through it. I went through my stage of hiding in my house, because with the rash, when you have that rash and everybody think it's something you have to hide.
I understand.
Even like in 2000, okay, for me, my 2020, I did surgery, I ended up in ICU and everything. I came out with I even forget the name of the bag.
The capital?
Not the catheter. The other one where your bowels, that's where everything, your waste material go out through.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Yeah, it goes through they have to put it in a little hole and have it suction your bowels, everything. I forget its name. Yeah. And stuff. And I lost all my weight and everything. I had to build my self-confidence back for me to be able to even go back into the public. It takes a lot from you. Mentally, you need mental health. It takes a toll on you.
So you really need support.
You need the support. So that's why I
You need someone
always
to talk
ask.
to.
Yes, as we always tell our members, even anybody that reach out to us, if you cannot talk to us, if you're not ready to reach out to us and everything, get somebody to talk to. Get somebody you can reach out to.
Wow. So I was about to ask you, how did the Lupus Foundation start? But I can assume, and I may be right, I've been wrong before, but I think I'm right this time. I think it started because you wanted to find a support for your fellow lupus warriors.
I wanted to find out, not for my fellow lupus, I wanted to find support for myself. I was looking for support for myself. But in looking for support for myself, I found a bond. I found a group. I found a set of sisters. I found a set of people that in the middle of the night, I'm going through my pain. I can call on and I can, boy, look, this is happening to me. Look, that I'm going to. They also found, we have a unit that you can call one another. You can go on the chat and thing, and we get that support.
And that's important.
And that's important. The unit of things. So even with like certain things, you come, you say, okay, this is what is happening to me right now. One will say, oh, I went for this. This is what happened. I bet it's that. You go to the doctor next day. Right now, we are the doctors for ourselves. We can tell you
You're
exactly.
diagnosing each other.
We can diagnose. Yes, we can tell you exactly. Okay, this is what is happening to you. Especially when you go through it, you write it on the chat and they're saying, okay, this is what we go through, this is what happening. We can tell no man, when you go to the doctor, tell the doctor that and that and that and that and that. This right away.
You're on point.
You're on point.
Because you guys have been warriors for
Miracle.
years, so you
So
know
it
your
goes,
body.
we help one another in this. Like also, we have a student from Cassidy Secondary School, which is newly well diagnosed with lupus and stuff. She's doing quite well, which I'm thankful for, and everything. I advise the mother what to do in the sense of trying to get help for her because she went to the French country of Guadeloupe for vacation. I tell her, while your daughter is there, try to see how you can get some help from the French group to diagnose her properly and find out exactly the level, how her kidney, how everything is.
Okay.
Let the child let her, she got the diagnosis, lupus and everything, because she lost all her year, everything from school. And I speak to the mother as often as I can. I speak to the daughters or the child as often as I can. We give them the support. We give them the support. Recently, I found out that a cousin of mine is also diagnosed with lupus. She reached out to me. So anybody that reach out to us, we give them the support. Not knowing, like she reached out to me, we're not even knowing we are family.
And she was just looking for someone who can
Right.
give her
So we
support.
can identify with that. So you're going through something and you do not know, so we can identify with you when you reach out to us to get support and help in sense of us. Our motto is, well, it's on the back. Sorry, we support one another.
You support one another.
Yes.
And if someone is trying to reach out to the Lupus Foundation, what number should they call?
They can do the Lupus Foundation. They can go to the Facebook page and send a message.
Okay, so they can send a message via Facebook.
Facebook page. Normally, they use my number, which is 277-8375.
Okay, 277-8375.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have a direct number for Lupus Foundation, but they reach out to me, and if I cannot help them at the time, because as we always tell people, we go through our own struggles.
Yeah.
And maybe at the time you call me, I'm going through a terrible struggle and I cannot help you. We always tell it. I always tell any program or any show I go on, I always tell people, don't mind us if we tell you, sorry, we cannot deal with you right now. But anybody that call and I can't deal, we pass it on to one another to get in touch with the person. And as we notice, most of the time, if one is down, most everybody down at the same time.
It's contagious among yourselves. I guess it's the closeness of the group.
Not only it's the temperature, the weather, the atmosphere.
Oh yes,
different.
okay. The
Yes,
triggers
so
are the same for everyone.
Right. Yes, it affects us differently. So at the same time, if like as I tell you, the weather, according to how the weather is, we're down. It might not be the same symptom each of us have, but it affects us differently.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because even like as I told you, I just come back in on Sunday. And I have rash already because 2 days of sun.
Wow, you may need to buy, I don't even know. They may need to invent a bodysuit for lupus people. Like a bubble.
They have clothing for lupus patients. They have suits that you can wear for the sun. They have different type of sun lotion and cream you can wear. And most of us are chemists for our own self. I do, like for me, I mix my product to use for my skin.
And it works for you.
It works for us. Yes, it works for me because we have to try. Even for our daily
like
vitamin
daily
supplements. Some of them do juices. Some of them do teas and different things. So we make our own stuff to help us help our
natural things to help your body.
Yes. And the vitamins, we're strong on that. We're very strong on our vitamins.
So soon I will hear the Lupus Foundation sending vitamins then.
No, we're looking for people to give us donation to get vitamins for us. Oh, we're strong on our vitamins.
Yes, that all you have to do is ask. So if you're listening out there and you would like to make a contribution towards the vitamin purchase of the lupus warriors, you can reach out to the president, Mrs. President or Miss President, Glorine Thomas. Her number is 277-8375. If you're in the diaspora, it's 767-277-8375. I know some of us are coming up for the Pearl Festival, so you can
Or
reach
they
out to
can,
her to
well,
ask.
we'll be having an activity for the Creole Festival for us to get some donation for the group to help
Right,
out
so
with some of the members on purchasing the medication and the treatment, because it's very expensive. It's very, 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 very expensive, especially for me.
it's
It
price.
is
So
pricey.
I do not know, so I'm going to ask, are there any treatment areas available in Dominica for the lupus? I know that you said that you were overseas and you travel. I know you travel on
Yes,
some.
yeah, they do sell different treatments in the pharmacy. They do
Okay,
have different treatment in the pharmacy. We have some cheap ones, we have some expensive ones. For me, okay, one treatment of mine is 3,000 US per month.
that is,
Yes, yes.
wow, that is an
But
expensive disease.
yes, it's a very expensive disease. But for me, like, as I tell people, I am thankful. I praise the Heavenly Father very much. I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for all his mercies and everything he have done for me. And I do my research and I make calls, because even last year with my condition and being up in the US and everything, and when the doctor told me the price, I like, how am I going to get to afford that? How am I going to do that? How am I going to get? You have one at 3,000 US a month. I have another one that I have to be taking at a period of time that is 6,000 US every period. I have the chemo. I have this. How in heaven's name am I going to do that? I get some help from the government of Dominica. I did a GoFundMe. I get some help from the diaspora, the Dominican public, which I like to thank them very much, because I'm on my feet today because of them. And because of certain other foundation in the United States that I call even CIA, FIA, Washington, House of Washington, everybody over there trying to get for that main treatment there, because that's my main pill I have to take every day. And I was so thankful, because when I tried everything, and then after I called my parents and I said, Daddy, I don't know we're going to afford that here, because that is like,
That's a
it.
lot.
Because that's a lot, because that's the only one. Because for me, we have tried so much for me, and the doctor tried it. She gave me some sample first, and she saw that it was doing some improvement for me. So she told me that is what I have to take, because the others and them, my body have been rejecting them. So we happened to get that. And the Heavenly Father is a great God. He's a mighty God. When you serve a God, you serve a mighty man.
Amen.
When we went over, the doctor tell me, Miss Thomas, I'm going to try something. You're not American citizens, but it's for American citizens, but I'm going to plead a case for you. She did a case for me. I'm like, Daddy, the morning I get up, I said, Daddy, pray for me here, because I on the last set of free sample of the medication, and I had started the pain, I had started decreasing. Because I couldn't pass stool, I couldn't pass urine, and I had started passing stool and urine. And I got up that Saturday morning, and my cousin told me there's a package at the door for me. And when I opened that package, it was 3 months supply of the medication from the Abi Assis Foundation of America. And when I got the letter and I opened the letter, I started to scream in the house, because they tell me they can supply a first year for me, and I have to reapply for the other year. I got my first year of treatment. That's why as I went back up to do my other treatment, I had to reapply for my other year. I got approved for my other year. My second year, I have to take it for the rest of my life. Just as the chemo maintenance, it's for the rest of my life. Until maybe any other new drugs or new thing come around. Because of how destroyed my inner organs are. Everything is twisted and tubed together. The lupus have destroyed my body completely, my organs completely. Until I got this. And I'm like, thank you, Father. At least we can see a way out of the end of the tunnels in this one. So I have this drug there that they're doing for me. I have some other ones that I got some other people to do for me. Certain bills that I have to foot for myself. As I say, I will fight my way to see how I can do it, how we can do it. It's beg, I'll beg. But I'm surviving. I have a goal in life to reach 150. And as I always tell people, you know, God don't give you more than you can handle. God gives you exactly what you can handle. And I don't see, yes, lupus has destroyed my life and has put me in a condition that is bad. But I don't see it as a bad. I see it as a positive. Because from the day when I got to know and understand what lupus is, I have helped many people understand what lupus is and help them to get better and survive. And don't, for them not to be able to, because if they had known long time from since when I started off, it was lupus, I would have been in a better condition. But not knowing and being misdiagnosed and you're doing other treatment, it caused all the other damage. So all my inside is fused and tangled and stuff like that. So right now, we don't get misdiagnosed. Every doctor you go to in Dominic and you tell them you are joint pain and everything, they send you to the autoimmune illness tests.
Because
They
people
start
are
ruling
no
out
more
from
aware.
lupus. Yes, so awareness have been great in Dominic. Very, very good. They start from the top, from lupus first, and then after they start going down the list. So I say the Heavenly Father, He gives you what He can handle, and He have a plan for everybody in their life. And this is His plan for me.
This is your journey.
This is my journey. And this is my story. Yes.
And
so
I
as
think,
I tell everyone, yes.
And I think your foundation, the foundation that you started, is one which will help so many people. So many people. Just your story, it speaks to the people listening out there who have the symptoms. There's a foundation that's there to help you find whatever solutions you need, whatever help you need, whatever advice you need, that sisterhood you need. Well, let me just say sisterhood, if you're a man listening, that family that you need.
Familyhood.
Yes, the Lupus Foundation. I was going to ask you, what is the goal of the foundation? But
it's for better health care for patients, and not only for the lupus patient, but anybody with similar symptoms like us.
Who needs that support?
Who needs the support and to get on with life and to cope with it.
Speaking of coping, how do you cope with, how can you, generally speaking, how do you really cope with lupus?
How do we try to see the good in it and the positive in it. We try to laugh a lot. Like if we're in pain, like sometimes 3-4 of us is admitted to the hospital at the same time in different wards. We make our own little journey to go and visit one another in the wards, and we sit down and we laugh. If like we have a member, her ear drop, we sit down, we laugh one another. It's like it's just, and then after we tell them, okay, you look good, cut everything, go ball. So whatever with our patches, and there's one of our members, may her soul rest in peace, Danica, Ito, James. Danica rock her rashes so well. She gave me the confidence that when I have my rashes, that I can be out in public. Danica, the last year before she died, Danica had a rash there, and she dressed up in her carnival outfit and her thing, and she was on the road jumping up.
She enjoyed life.
She enjoyed it. So she gave us like that with that. She gave me the encouragement to be able, like, even though I have my rashes, even that, don't just lock myself inside until it come out. Perfect skin is no longer for you. You will have the perfect skin, but not every day.
Rashes are in.
Yes. So you have it. You have the hair patch. Style here where the part show and you rock it.
Patches
We
are
try our best
in.
to, yes, we try our best to do what we can.
Be
And that's
comfortable
how
in
we
your
cope.
skin.
Make up in our skin. That's how we cope.
Yes, be comfortable and accept who you what's happening to you now.
Yes. And we also want the public to know. You can go to we have Dr. Irvin McIntyre, which was one of our he's also a founder member of the Lupus Foundation of Dominica. Our
Okay.
first ever doctor we could have gone to, sit down, talk to, and lay our burdens on him. Then we improved. We have Dr. Mary Cognet. We have Dr. Mead. We have Dr. Emmanuel. We have so much doctors right now in Dominica that you can go to any one of them.
Okay. And
They will give you the panel of tests that you need to do to get you in the right step.
Okay.
Auntie. And we no longer have, and that's the other thing that the foundation have done. We no longer have to, like some of our tests, before most of the lupus tests, we had to travel out of Dominica to get the tests and them done.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our tests are done here now. Our blood works, our scans, and those things. I tried to make a bargain with Dr. Julian for him to get the bone density test machine in. Because this is one of our major tests we need to get done.
Okay.
Yes, and it's quite expensive traveling to go out to get it done.
How is it working so far? You think you have persuaded him enough?
I try any one of them that can get it in. We try. I try bad. It's a very expensive test to do. But when you have to weigh, if anyone out there in diaspora that want to do investment in anything for Dominica or even donate it to the hospital on our behalf, a bone density test machine will do good. DexScan.
So I hope you're listening.
It's not only for us, but anybody with rheumatoid arthritis, any of an autoimmune illness that affect the bones and your body mass. We need this one in Dominica.
So diasporas out there, do a little fundraiser for the bone density test machine?
Yeah,
that's what it is?
DexScan, yes.
Right.
DexScan machine.
Okay, so we're doing this for lupus warriors or loopy girls?
Not only lupus warriors, but for everybody in Dominica.
But for everybody. But remember, we're championing our lupus ladies or lupus warriors this evening.
The lupus
so we're
family.
doing it for you.
We'll leave the men out.
And the men, well, we can't. We're reaching out. We may have to do a lupus campaign to, see how many men we can bring on board. And I'm sure if the other men out there see 1, 2, 3 men, lupus warriors on board, it will encourage others to join. But you need to find at least 2 to lead the way.
We know more than 2. We're still trying to encourage them to come out and give their story. And that's the little problem we have.
Yeah.
It's like some people don't want to come out and give their lupus story because there's another thing, victimization, especially in work. With somebody with an illness like that, because lupus is a very serious illness in the sense of sometimes your days you have to take off work because you're sick. That means you cannot get up from the bed. You cannot do nothing. So it becomes, people get victimized because in that they are sick with lupus.
Yeah, and
because you cannot, if you're looking for a job and you go to any one of the establishments in Dominica, and when you tell them you have lupus, they will not hire you.
That's sad.
They will not hire you. And even if you're on probation and they find out you have lupus, you're fired. We have members that have gone through that. That's one of the things we want to do a campaign on is the thing of we can work. there are some of us that are limited. We cannot do much. In some of us that cannot do much, but there are certain things we can do. So you cater the person towards doing that.
Right. You find a fit for the person.
Yes, you find it fit for that person. Yes.
Ooh.
It's a
Lorraine?
tough journey, but it's a good journey. As I tell you, the Heavenly Father have his reasons.
Yeah, he's got you for sure.
Yes, he got me
Taking care
for
of
sure.
you. That is true.
Yeah. And even for our mental health, well, yes, Dr. Wallace have been great with us for our mental health. After this afternoon, I went to see her because with any illness, especially with lupus, that you're in pain 24/7, some days, sometime, you need help on that. You need to know how to cope, how to deal, how to act with people.
Okay.
Because it have days you're in pain and you could be the nicest person you have, and somebody come and deal with you, you're like an animal because it's irritating.
I was just gonna ask about your temperament, but with pain, once you're in pain, I mean, the expectations should not be much. Yes.
I won't lie to you. It has some days I'm a stingy person. It has some days I'm the best loving person. There are some days I'm a stingy person. But I have learned now that I have come to understand it. So when I know it's on me and like it's affecting me and it's going to affect my mood, I lock my room door. So I don't put myself out in the general public.
Right. So you don't expose people to your
my negativity.
I would say the side effects.
Yeah, my negative. No, I call it negativity.
You got negativity.
Yes, I try my best not to expose nobody to it.
During your journey is one. Wow. I'm proud of you.
My journey is a story by itself.
Yes, I'm proud. You can write a book.
Yes, I'm doing that.
You should, because you know what? These books teach those of us who do not know and those of us who, may be new to this, the things that we need to know. And once we can relate to the stories of others, it becomes it feels more normal. It feels like, okay, well, she did this, I can do this. She went through this, I can go through this. And that's what I look at. That's why I like to ask, when I'm having these interviews, I like to ask people to share, tell us about your journey. Tell us. Let us know. Tell us so that we, the listeners, can, relate to what's happening. Don't generally tell me, what's expected, but you tell us what Glorine went through and how she coped with it and how she can educate everyone around her about coping with it. It's just an amazing story. And I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm still learning how to cope with certain things. I'm still learning how to cope with it. With like right now, with my mobility, it have affected my mobility real bad right now. That's why even with my visit right now, my doctor tell me, Ms. Thomas, enjoy life, enjoy it. You have come a long way. This mobility there where you cannot do much, like partially disabled now, so you can't do much because the movement on the hands is like, it cannot lift up to a level, cannot do, like even for bathing myself is an issue. It have come to that point for me. So she tell me, you have gone through so much, your body have gone through so much trauma. Your life, you think, enjoy it. Put everything to the back and enjoy it. And I'm going to listen to her. I'm going to listen to Dr. Wallace, as she told me the same thing today. I'm going to listen to her. Everything will help itself. Everything will come through. The bills that are there, Heavenly Father will provide. It will come through.
That is true, I believe.
Yeah.
Lorraine, do you have any closing remarks for us? Anything else? I mean, you really took us through the entire journey. I mean, you made it relatable for the listeners. I know I could understand better because you're giving us your own experience. Do you have any closing remarks that you would like to share with your listeners and followers at this time?
Yes, I would like to tell everybody, everybody, that if you're going through anything or any illnesses or anything, sit with yourself, talk with yourself, reason out with yourself, accept it, enjoy life, get your support, get your family, friends, get support. Seek help from somebody, get to talk to somebody. You cannot do it on your own. You need help. Nobody can do it on their own. You need help. Talk to somebody.
Thank you, Glory, and thank you for your
Thank you very
time this
much
evening.
for having us, the Lupus Foundation of Dominica. Thanks a
Really?
lot.
You're welcome. And I still look forward. We have a pending date.
Yes.
I will not say more on that until we're ready to give a time when your team is up and running, and we can have the number that we expect. And I just want to thank you for agreeing to sit with me this evening, even in your little tiredness. Thank you.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
And I just want to say good evening to you and to our followers, our listeners. We want to thank you for tuning in and being educated more about lupus, knowing about the foundation. Again, if you want to reach out to the foundation with any donations, you can call 767-275. Oh, sorry, wrong number. I was giving my own number. Don't call me.
Yes.
Call Glory. 767-277-8375. The number again is 767-277-8375. And that's President.
Or they can check. They can go on the Facebook page.
Oh yes, you can also go on the Facebook. What I will do, I will link their Facebook page in the live, in the chat. I'll put it in the comment box so you can send them a message of any donation that you would like to give. If you're out there and you're a new lupus warrior, this foundation is waiting to help you. So please reach out. And I just want to thank you for tuning in and listening to our president here, Miss Thomas. A round of applause to you. And
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was nice having us. Yes. Thanks
yes,
a
it
lot.
was. It was a nice little chat. And I look forward to our next date.
Yes.
But as we inform more people and create awareness to the Lupus Foundation and what you've been doing. So to our listeners, thank you and have a good evening. And tune in again for our next chit chat as we continue our 15th anniversary Health and Wellness Month. Have a good evening.
A financial entity that can make your dream a reality. Central CCCUL. Central CCCUL. If it's first time you're building, come and check the rates that we offering. Central CCCUL. All at Central CCCUL. If you're looking for rush money, new ATM technology, get your children right back to school. Central CCCUL. Come to Central CCCUL. So get on the train, so much again with Central. Get rid of the strife, better your life with Central. Central, Central, Central.
Central is online.
Central is online.
What? Central's online?
Granny, Central is online.
Central is online.
Central Online, your digital member experience. Stay on top of your finances with Central Online today. View your account balances, pay your bills, apply for loans, do money transfer with Central Online today.
Central is online.
Central is online. That's great.
Central is online.
Central Co-operative Credit Union Limited is online. Welcome to Central Online, your digital member experience. Go to online.myccul.com. To log in, enter login ID and password. Click I am not a robot and log in. To transfer funds within your accounts, click Transfer Fund. To transfer to another member, click Member to Member Transfer. To pay a bill, click Bill Payment. To apply for loans, click Loan Application. Need more information? Click the FAQs link or call 235-2228 or 235-5208 or email us online at myccul.com.